welcome to episode 5 of 6460. So, this is the start of February, and if you have not been able to tell by now, I'm very corny. So, of course, the February episodes are about love because Valentine's Day is in the month of February. And the Star Trek universe, definitely does not slack on the love and romantic episodes. So I just thought that I would start off the month with all of the episodes that I interpreted as having, well, not all, my top six for me, episodes that have coerced love. So, and I am sure if anyone has watched any modern Trek, you know exactly which is going to be my first one on the list. It is TNG with poor Beverly Crusher and Grandma's Ghost Lamp. That is from season 7, episode 14, and the title of the episode is Sub Rosa. I really don't want to talk about this episode. I skip it when it comes on, when I'm watching on TV, and I will never voluntarily go and watch this episode. It is creepy when you think about it, that this ghost lamp, the entity, has been living off of the women in her family for centuries. It's just really horrible and creepy, and the less we say about it, the better. Okay, so we're gonna go to number 2, and that's TOS, season 3, episode 2, Elaine of Troyes. Now, this was a fun episode. Not so much space battles or exploration, because the Enterprise was the flagship of Starfleet. They did a lot of diplomatic work. And so in this particular episode, the crew has to go out and pick up this diplomat from one planet, take her to another. So she's going to be married off to stop a war, prevent war between these two people. Elaine of Troyes is a very free-spirited, strong-willed woman, and there's a lot of cultural conflict going on, but her tears contain a substance that will cause a man to fall under her spell. But of course, the spell is broken because Kirk loves the Enterprise more than anything else in the universe. So again, it's a good, fun episode, and again, the fashion, top tier. So here we go. Number 3, DS9, where everyone falls in love with random people due to Luoxana having a kind of, I guess, their version of Beta Z menopause, except it's a little bit contagious, one of her symptoms. And this is season 3, episode 10, Fascination, where she kind of loses control of her telepathic abilities and kind of shooting mental Cupid arrows at people, and they're just randomly falling in love. Little Jake Sisko falls in love with Kira. Dax is chasing Cisco around. Bashir is falling for Kira, which I think is very funny because, in real life they had a kid together. I'm not sure if they were actually married, but they were in a relationship and have a son. So the whole thing is just really funny. And at the end, they're diagnosed and they get themselves together, and it wears off eventually. So that's a silly episode. Episode number 4 for me is Enterprise, season 4, episode 17, called Bound, where Archer is gifted 3 Orion slave women, But you find out at the end, the women in that society are not concubine, not enslaved. They are the ones actually in control because they can release pheromones that allow them to control men and cause some difficulty for the women, but they really control the men there through their pheromones. And again, love saves the day because T'Pol, as a Vulcan, is immune to these pheromones, and her connection with Trip has caused him to also be immune. So their bonding, their love connection actually trumps the coerced love through the Orion pheromones, and they manage to save the Enterprise from being captured by the Orions. Number 5 is TOS, Season 1, Episode 9, Dagger of the Mind. Now, I don't know that this one necessarily counts as being coerced, but I threw it in there because it's a really good episode. So there is a very prominent scientist, Van Gelder, and he has created this mind probe scanner scrambler kind of thing that he had planned to use to help people who are suffering from mental illness. Unfortunately, he ends up being a victim of his own device. And while Kirk is there visiting the site, he gets put into the machine, and one of the patients starts messing with his mind and uses the device to convince him that he is in love with this crew woman he has brought down to the planet with him. And of course, at the end of the day, he gets fixed because Spock comes to save the day, as he is always running around saving Kirk, which I love. And last of my 6 for 60 for coerced love in the month of February is TOS. Again, in Season 1, Episode 24. And the name of the episode is This Side of Paradise. To me, it's, sad, heartbreaking. They go to visit a planet where some settlers had been dropped off, and they hadn't heard from them in a while. So they go to check out what's going on with these folks. And even though it's supposed to be a settlement, mainly farming, they don't have any crops, barely enough crops to keep them going. All of the farm animals are dead or just not there. And they find there these flowers. They kind of look like what is that thing called? Rose? No, something paradise. Maybe. I don't know. It's an alien looking flower, and it shoots spores out, and the spores just make you happy and content to do the bare minimum. It heals you completely, so there's no more sickness, no more illness, and people are just kind of floating along, enjoying life. And Spock's human half fully emerges, and he is reconnected with a woman he couldn't express his feelings for at the academy, and he is just enjoying himself and loving life. And again, what saves us, the same way it saved us in Elaine of Troyes, is Kirk's love for the Enterprise, for his crew, for the Federation, for the mission. That breaks the spell. And then he risks his life by attacking Spock and kind of beating the joy, beating the love out of him. But again, love still kind of saves the day there, because Spock's friendship and love for Kirk is what kind of snaps him out, because Kirk makes him mad, and he's just flinging him all around, beating the living daylights out of him. But a part of him, the rational part that's still there, realizes, oh, wait a minute, I'm getting ready to kill my friend, and that kind of snaps him out of it. So again, true love trumps the coerced love in this episode. So those were my 6 for 60 for coerced love in the Star Trek universe. I don't think this is really a topic people talk about often. But let me know if you have some examples of coerced love in the Star Trek universe that I have missed, or some that had more of an impact, made a lasting memory for you. I'd love to hear about it. And again, I thank you for watching. And don't worry, every episode is not going to be happy cheery, even though we need some happy cheery right now. But we will get into some more controversial topics. My personal favorite is the Federation Communist. I think that's been, I thought it had been settled, but I actually saw a comment a couple of weeks ago on a fan page about that. But anyway, we're going to get into some more fun topics as the year goes on, but we have 2 more love topics in February, and I think they're fun, and I will look forward to talking to you again. Put something in the comments so we can have something good to talk about on Follow Up Friday. Thanks so much, and live long and prosper.